Hello, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Hilka empath, and I just like doing these little talks on how I feel about things. I already did a video this morning and uploaded it, and I deleted it. I haven't yet done that. That was well, maybe I've done it once. Maybe I've done it once in the last couple years. But for sure I've done it now. Now I can't say, I've never deleted a video I posted. Now I have. Just didn't feel right. Wasn't in gratitude. My ego was flaring and flashing, and I feel like this and I feel like that and la 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 la. Anyway, so I didn't see the moon. I got a couple pictures of the moon through the trees as it was coming up before I went to bed about 9:30. And I got no juice. My energy is depleted, and I'm trying to be mindful today of not being in justifiable anger. I think that's my challenge today. Yeah, we could be angry, we can have reasons to be angry, People can come and freaking just step on our toes just for no reason. Like how this is gonna play out, My dog's I shouldn't have started this live video because I know Carol's out and everything plays on everything. She's going to take her dogs to the park and take about a half hour to leave, and my dogs are going to want out, and so now I get to stop the video because I didn't listen to myself and postpone it. Yep, so we'll just go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and do my regular course of action, I guess, and come back maybe. Because if I don't, I just think I'm going to get too frustrated. That's the thing, man, is like, people don't understand. I'm an Aries. I am fiery. I am tempery. I am freaking made to ruffle feathers. It's in my, it's my makeup, and I keep hearing things that like rising above your freaking astrology, and I'm just like, man, I don't want to be angry. I don't want to be mad. I don't want to have all this energy that I have and because I have freaking, because of chart placements, I don't want it, but that's just how it is. It's just nature. I just think it is so hilarious that astrology pinpoints more people and their personalities than it doesn't on the planet. Like if you look at people's charts, you could tell how they are, and then go to the person and be like, you do these things, and I'll be like, yeah, I do that, or no, I don't do that, So people that don't do that, to me, isn't that kind of rising above your astrology? Not living how you are supposed to, for your nature. I'm trying to learn how I can, because I have Aries sun, and then I found out about Vedic astrology about 2 years ago. And year ago. God, time is so fluid. And I'm going to keep going until the car starts. And then I found out I was a Pisces sun, and I was like, man, that freaking makes way more sense, because I'm so emotional, man. And Aries are just like, just get it done, power through. Freaking Aries are the ones that are like, suck it up, and I freaking hate people that say suck it up because of the more of the Pisces influence in me, because I'm more empathetic. And people that say suck it up usually have not been through the experience of the people that they're asking to suck up, and that's just freaking rude to ask people to, I mean, there's police reports of penetration with me as a baby. I was raped as a baby. So, you come along with anybody in the population that say, oh no, people don't do that to kill the kids, and you talk to somebody that it's happened to, you're denying the validity of their life? Really? Yeah, because you don't want to believe it, because other people can't handle the emotions of situations of life that happen to other people. They can't. That's why you have all these freaking stoic freaking people up in politics, that, you know, either they're doing the bad behavior, they're condoning the bad behavior, they know somebody that's doing the bad behavior that they're condoning, or, you know, they're just ignorant, or they're just allowing it. You know, when I would see, it's so weird that there's the UCMJ, the Uniform Code of Military Justice, and it's just this rules and regulations. It's all for military members, but not civilians. Civilian law is different, and like, to me, laws are. I mean, okay, let me reiterate before I start. Let me think about what I'm saying before I say. Laws are necessary when they serve everyone. Yeah, not just a few people. You know, if laws aren't for everyone, then they should be for no one, and it's silly. So you have all these people that get paid that, you know, that feel small inside, so they're like, oh, my ego is so big, so pay me $500 an hour to make up laws, and, you know, do it, lawyers and stuff, you know, you gotta pay them, like, because their egos are just out of control, you know. When people don't have, are in touch with their spiritual side, with something that's bigger than themselves, then they have a tendency to think that they're running the show, and, well, let them think that. And the astrology is coming down right now, especially. I mean, it's just only going to get worse. Things are only going to get more weird, people. You know, these young blossoming freaking astrologists that are flashing, they're going to flash out just as quick, is because there's no longevity, because it's too hard. Spirituality is not easy. You know, people have to be accountable and to be of the light at a certain freak, you know. Because I am not. I'm the toxic one. Yeah, yeah. How's that for a realization? You know, so you get a little big for britches. You start knowing spiritual stuff, and you start, you know, getting some knowledge, and, you know, and then there goes my ego. It can get out of hand just like anybody else's. Here comes the justifiable anger. Am I acting in my fullest potential when those two are in place? Absolutely not. Heck, I don't even like being around myself when those are in charge. I was always rough and tumble. You know, I was a tomboy out playing, figuring stuff out, breaking stuff, putting it back together, you know. Because I'd see more than one use for things and things like that. Use it how it's intended, you know. I was just always, we're humans. I mean, we're spirits having a human experience. We're supposed to experience as much as we possibly can. And what people limit them to is just freaking weird, man. I don't know what I would do if I didn't have nature, meditate, state. If I didn't have these spiritual practices and disciplines, man, I wouldn't be here. I would have been dead long ago. I'm drunk. I like oblivion, and I'm clumsy. Those two don't go hand in hand. Never really. I don't like, because I grew up and I always had to have those glucose tolerance tests for blood sugar, you know. So I know about. See, that's why I don't like to go overindulge and things. Except for alcohol, I have the obsession of craving. Once I start, I don't stop. But other things is because I know that I have tendencies to be obsessive about certain things, and I don't want to pick up those tendencies. I don't, you know, I don't want to be one of these people that are stuck in their house cleaning all the time because they're, you know, everything's got to be spotless. My house is a little, you know, I have 4 dogs, cat, you know, mom, keep it as clean as I can. She doesn't help much. Anyway, what am I at over here? Did it even do anything? Amanda K, the video keeps freezing for some reason. But I was going to ask you some questions about natal charts. I know my chart. I don't know. I'm not good. Let's see. About natal charts and Lilith placements. I was reading about it, and I have Lilith in my 4th house and maybe 2 other places. I know I have Lilith in my Capricorn. And I have Lilith in Capricorn. That makes me a hard ass. From what I hear. You know, and I've been outside for a while, and so I don't have a whole lot of juice left on my battery. It's going down pretty quick because batteries don't hold a charge. I was just at 70%, now I'm at 61. What else was I going to talk about? I had things I was going to talk about. And then once I start getting out here, then sometimes my trains of thoughts derails. It's only on yellow live stream health right now, so we'll see. There's a medical physical fair, the Holiday Inn downtown. I was thinking about going and checking that out. Starts at noon, it's 12 to 8. And handing out some of my Snapnax cards. See if I can make some connections, you know. So I'll take pictures of any occasion. It doesn't matter. Grandma and Grandpa are coming in town, you know. You guys are having a family dinner. Come take pictures, you know. It'll be a lot of fun. Snapnax. Football seasons, you know. You want your kid's like his last year and a senior. You want to get some action shots of just him, you know, to commemorate. I'll come down and watch a game or two. Take a few hundred pictures. I mean, pick your price photography. Who can beat it? You know, basically I'm working for tips, for Christ's sakes, you know. So, you give people, and I'm good, you know, because I got an eye. I don't take the same pictures and look at the same stuff and see the same things that everybody sees in the world. You know, that's what I get. You know, people like me think outside of the box because more people are stuck inside and just are happy with looking at the same thing. To me, that's just freaking, that ain't no way to live, man. Yeah, I need consistency in my life in a lot of places, you know. The people I know, I don't know any consistent people right now, but if I do find them, you know, I had to learn how to be consistent with me, you know. I couldn't just be, you know, because where would I have learned? I didn't learn any of these, you know. Psychology and spirituality are so closely related, and it was like my psychology, I was dropped into this planet, and it's just like into an environment that by all intents purposes I shouldn't be as adjusted as I am, you know. And when I look around, I see so many people that have had way more benefits in life than I have, and they're freaking just about a freaking doorknob turn away from a freaking breakdown, you know. But hey, there go I by the grace, there go by, blah, 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 blah. I ain't no better. You know, like I said, there's plenty of days that I'm the toxic one. Then I gotta freaking rectify that, because it's like I know better. Marge, you're a spirit, have a human experience, and you just made that experience really unpleasant. And I'm just like, yeah, I know. And I'm already beating myself up about it, so you don't need to help. You know what I mean? It's this Aries fire in me, man. I got Saturn and freaking, God, these placements are not easy, you know. Kind and loving and soft, it's not what my placements are. And so it's like, my frustration is in my fire, and my passion is just, it hasn't been matched by a whole lot of people that I've met in real life, you know. Maybe I've seen people on TV and stuff like that, that I'm like, oh yeah, we're kind of, I bet we'd have a lot of fun hanging out. But in real life, you know, it's not like I don't go everywhere. Like, I'm gonna go to this medical physical fair place probably, you know. Yeah, I'll show 'em my lighter trick, how I got the power of telekinesis. Got it from my mom. She can do it too. Who else does that? I don't know anybody else that does that. I do it and I prove it, and it's like, people still don't see. Who can a lot of, maybe there's telekinesis is running rampant now, and maybe I'm the last one on board that can freaking move a lighter off of somebody's hand, rocket off by just energetic exchange. It's the fluid inside and the fluid in me. Cooperation is nature's way, right? And I do this. I've done it with other people, you know. I did it with one gal. I went to high school with Melissa, and I was like, can you feel it? And she kept moving her hand so it wouldn't roll off. And she's like, can you feel it? She's like, yeah, but I'm not going to let it happen. I'm like, you're not going to keep me from doing it. You can keep it from rolling off your hand, but you're not going to keep my energy from engaging with that and doing what I'm trying to do, you know. So, yeah. I don't know. Someone that has the power of telekinesis, that legitimately has that has tried and practiced for hours, and that his accomplishment only has 362 viewers. it's, it's like people are like, prove it, and I do, and they're like, I don't want to see you. I don't want to know that. It's like, it's like I thought that's what the spiritual awakening was. You know, I was watching this Sun Soul girl last night. She had a couple people on, and she was like, you know, I've taught like 2 years ago. I was talking about how people have the ability to do these superhuman things, like knock a, you know, and you know where I learned? I learned it from a YouTube video when a young kid did it with a coconut. He did it with a coconut, and I'm like, it's the fluid inside the coconut. And so I'm like, hey mom, hold this lighter, and I bounced it on her pinky. Just a big lighter. And I just started, and she was like, I can feel it. I was like playing with it, you know, and then a couple weeks later, she tried it too. I'm like, hey mom, let's see if you can do it. And she can do it too. We're Native American, man. We believe in cooperation is nature's way. We're trying to get everybody else to see that cooperation is nature's way, not might is right. That crap's dying. Man, I think about all the advantages I didn't get in life because I was just a girl. I was just as strong. I was just as, you know, capable. I had just as much, you know, mechanical ability. All these things. It was like, no, you're a girl. You can't. So, you know, one of the reasons I live is to prove, yeah, girls can do it too. I was one away in the Air Force from shooting expert. One away from shooting expert. Now I don't even like guns. Now I think that people, you know, if you really freaking are mad about something, go to blows. Go to blows. Freaking have a verbal exchange. Insult each other until you cry. Don't bring freaking iron into it. That's the coward's way out. Yeah. You know who doesn't like to hear things like that? Men that have lots of guns. I wonder how much Viagra they need. I bet it's directly related. You know, it's an extension of themselves. Yeah. Yeah. And they buy so many. Little guns, big guns. Misfire. Years of misfiring. I just think guns are stupid. I mean, hey, you know what? Hey, I see. I would rather, and I'm marksman. I used to love guns. I used to think they're freaking great. You know, when I was a little girl, I used to go out and target practice. And you know what else I used to do? I freaking shot birds. And then I was like, I did that like exactly like 2 times, and then felt so freaking terribly awful that I couldn't sleep. And then I'm talking 6, 7 years old, that I was. You don't kill things. Our spirits know these things, right? It's our governments that go contrary against it. So when you send people, you know, after your whole life, you hear, don't kill things, don't kill, and then you know, people are sent over and they're like, no, kill it. Why are we doing this? Oh, because our religions don't agree. What? Because they want to do something with blah 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 blah. You know, they'll always come up with ideas of why we should go over to other places and kill people in their homeland. Nothing impacts us here. It only impacts us here. The only thing that impacts you is what is in your close proximity. So if people are saying there's a threat, usually they're the threat. People tell people how they are. People just are kind of in a state of ignorance is bliss, I guess. Where are we at on time? 11:14. I don't even know how long this has been going, but every day, the way I'm trying to live my life is just not. I just want to have a day when I go through my moral inventory at the end, you know, where I'm like, you know what, I acted the best way I could, in my truest, highest self in every situation today. I want a day like that. Those are the days that I reach for, and you know, when they start out not so good, like today, I just gotta remind myself, you can start your day over. Sometimes I have to start my day over 2-3 times. I got so much fire, you know, energy, and I just don't say it, don't say that, don't say that, don't do that, don't say that, you know. It's trying to rise rise above my astrology. I need more of an outlet, that's for sure. So I do have my daily practices, my daily disciplines, meditate, state. Try for about an hour a day. Don't always get there, but I try. Spend time in nature. That's my favorite. I hear things are lightening up. That's the thing, is like, you know, I see it. I get examples of how the astrology, like the astrology will go buy a lottery ticket, you know, and I'll see I'll see other places where people are like, hey, right, you know, gazillion dollars, and I'm like, and I'll get one, and I'll win $5. It's like, what have I done? I mean, it's like, if we do set up our own life from our Akashic records, I'm like, man, I sold myself short. I sold myself way too short. But I tell myself, if I have just enough is just as much as way more than I could ever need, you know. So I guess I do it to myself. Anyway, I don't know, I'm hearing a lot of dark moon Lilith stuff, and I'm just, you know, I got a lot of masculine energy in me. You know, I ain't a girly girl. I ain't for girly girls, you know. I ain't for, you know, dudes don't like me because, you know, dudes like girls and dudes like girly girls. And, you know, if guys were really into having friends with chicks, you know, if they were like they say, then I would have a lot more friends, because I'm a cool chick. Somebody knocking on the door? Saturday, churches like to come through. They have, you know, tax-free, you know, where the communities pay their overhead. They like to come and knock on my door and ask for money, and I'm like, well, I haven't had running water in a year. My bill's up to $1,000, so maybe if you guys have any extra, maybe you could send it my way. They don't. Funny how that works. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up. Sun's starting to come out. I don't need this hoodie no more. I don't think I need to practice any kind of social distortion today, because there's plenty of social distortion going on in the world, you know. People are not balanced. They don't even take the time for a freaking initiative or anything to soothe themselves. So, you know, why bother with those folks? Why, right? Why bother with the people that don't want peace and serenity, that are freaking keep the freaking crap in their life, that are keeping the freaking people that make them feel miserable? Why? Do these people look a certain way? Do they, I mean, why keep the fakes and the phonies around? People don't want that anymore, I don't think. And all I hear is about how people want true and authenticity and real, and I'm like, man, you know, I hear that's true, but I'm not seeing the evidence of it. I don't see it directly. So if I don't see it, I don't believe that that's true. Oh, maybe this metaphysical fair will be something. One reason why I go is like, maybe I'll run into Alice and Co. Maybe she'll show up, you know. Maybe that rock guy will be there too. See, I gotta freaking have a hard time, because it's like, I am such a freaking energetic sensitive. I am so sensitive to other people's energy, and, you know, with all this Pisces stuff right now and this moon energy, for me to go there, I'm in freaking hang out and just watch people's stuff, you know. And the thing is I don't mean to be arrogant. I don't mean to be a know-it-all. I don't want to know a lot of the stuff I know. I don't want to stand next to somebody and be like, man, they are really a freaking creep. This dude is freaking creepy. How do people not know what a freaking creep this guy is? You know? Because you can't judge people by looks and stuff like that, right? But I don't. I judge them by feel. You know, and people are like, no, he's a great guy. Based on what? Oh, well, he did this once in the community. See, people like that, they got more of hiding than not, so I don't know. Anyway, that's about all I got. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.